The wind was a torrent of darkness upon the gusty trees. The moon was a ghostly galleon tossed upon a cloudy seas. The road was a ribbon of moonlight looping the purple moor, and the highwayman came riding, riding, riding. The highwayman came riding up to the olden door. A French cocked hat on his forehead and a bunch of lace at his chin. His coat of claret velvet and breeches of brown doeskin, they fitted with never a wrinkle. His boots were up to the thigh, and he rode with a jeweled twinkle. His pistol butts a twinkle, his rapier hilt a twinkle under the jeweled sky. And over the cobbles he clattered, and he clashed in the darkened yard, and he tapped with his whip on the shutters, but all was locked and barred. So he whistled a tune to the window, and who should be waiting there but Bess, the landlord's daughter, the landlord's black-eyed daughter, and she was tying a dark red love knot into her long black hair. "One kiss, my bonny sweetheart, I'm after a prize tonight, but I shall be back with the yellow gold before the morning light. If they shall press me sharply and harry me through the day, then look for me by the moonlight, watch for me by the moonlight. I'll come to thee in the moonlight, though hell should bar the way." He rose upright in the stirrups. He scarce could reach her hand. She loosened her hair at the casement. His face burned like a brand, and a black cascade of perfume came tumbling over his chest, and he kissed its waves in the moonlight. Oh, sweet waves in the moonlight. He tugged at his rein in the moonlight and galloped away to the west. But he did not come at the dawning, and he did not come at noon. And out of the tawny sunset before the rise of the moon, when the road was a gypsy's ribbon looping the purple moor, a redcoat troop came marching, marching. A redcoat troop came marching up to the olden door. They said no word to the landlord. They drank his ale instead. They took his daughter and bound her to the foot of a narrow bed. Two of them knelt at the casement with muskets at their side. There was death at every window, hell at one dark window, for Bess could see through the casement the road that he would ride. They had tied her up to attention with many a snickering jest. They had tied a musket beside her with a barrel beneath her breast. "Now keep good watch," they kissed her, but she heard the dead man say, "Look for me by the moonlight, watch for me by the moonlight. I'll come to thee by the moonlight, though hell should bar the way." She twisted her hands behind her, but all the knots held good. She writhed her hands till her fingers were wet with sweat or blood. They stretched and they strained in the darkness as the hours drew by like years, till at the stroke of midnight, cold on the stroke of midnight, the tip of her finger touched it. The trigger, at least, was hers. Tut-a-lot, tut-a-lot. Had they heard it? The horse's hoofs ringing clear. Tut-a-lot in the frosty silence. Were they deaf? They did not hear. Over, down the ribbon of moonlight, and over the brow of the hill, the highwayman came riding, riding, riding. The redcoats looked to the priming. She stood up straight and still. Tut-a-lot in the frosty silence. Tut-a-lot in the echoing night. Nearer he came and nearer. Her face was like a light. Her eyes grew wide for a moment. She drew one last deep breath. Then her finger moved in the moonlight. The musket shattered the moonlight, shattered her breast in the moonlight, and warned him with her death. He turned, he spurred to the west. He did not know she stood, bent with her head over the musket, drenched in her own red blood. Not till the dawn he heard it, and his face grew grow to hear how best the landlord's daughter, the landlord's black-eyed daughter, had died, had watched for her love in the moonlight, and died in the darkness there. Well, back he spurred like a madman, shrieking a curse to the sky, with the white rope smoking behind him, and his rapier brandished high. Blood red were his spurs in the golden sun. Wine red was his velvet coat. And they shot him down on the highway, down like a dog on the highway. And he lay in his blood in the highway, with a bunch of lace at his throat. Still, on a winter's night, they say, when the wind is in the trees, and the moon is a ghostly galley, tossed upon a cloudy seas, when the road is a ribbon of moonlight, looping the purple moor,